Howdy everybody, Chris here. We're back in the garage and today we got a care package from Sagola. This is their new Hex paint gun, clear gun. We got, now I've already been in this box, but they sent us some posters. We'll open those up later. So you see this right here, that little Hex, that is the style of the tip. So apparently it's new technology that's supposed to give you a better finish, better atomization. They sent us a nice hat. Check that out. That's badass. Love it. Paint suit. This is pretty cool here. Check this out. Coffee mug. Good morning, painter. Go for it. Sagola logo right there. Cool little keychain. And then we got a pen, water bottle, and then this is handy, this regulator right here. These are nice regulators. But let's take a look at this paint gun. So this is a 4600 Hex. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is a 1.2 tip in this gun, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the camera, but right there you can see kind of a hex pattern. Can you see it, Darius? Today we're going to test out this gun with clear coat. I've got a bumper to spray right here. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned up, get it all set up, and let's spray this bumper. So we're painting that bumper intense blue, which is a real pretty blue. Thank you for Sagola sending this all out. All right, that's perfect. Let's break down this Sagola Hex gun, just so I can give you guys a good idea of what's changed on this thing. So for one thing, this is a 1.2 tip. And if we take off the tip here, if you look, and you might not be able to see it here, but that tip is kind of like a star bit. They call it a hex, but it looks like a star bit to me. And what that is designed to do is to break down the clear coat and start atomizing it before it gets to the cap. And the cap's really what atomizes clear coat. It's kind of like a pre-atomization through the tip. And what that's going to do is give you finer droplets when you spray your clear coat, thus giving you a smoother, flatter finish. They do say the needle's designed a little differently as well. It's designed for this tip. And you can use different caps with this tip. So this is the clear cap. You can also use the base cap and the HVLP cap. Let's get in the garage, spray this bumper, and we'll see how well this gun atomizes that clear coat and if it makes a difference or if it's just hype. We'll spray the base with the R500, budget-friendly gun, low volume, low pressure paint gun. This is the bumper we're going to spray on a Hyundai. We need to wash this bumper. We're going to seal it, and then we'll test out that new Sagola paint gun. For sealer, you know we use the 2253V. So this can be used as a high build primer, a primer surfacer, which is a thinner primer, or a sealer. To use it as a sealer, you mix it 4 parts primer, 1 part activator, and 2 parts urethane reducer. So we'll find the 4:1 mixing ratio. All right, got the 4:1 mixing ratio here. We won't need a lot of sealer. We use the slow hardener, put in our 1 part. Lock on the lid, make sure it's sealed. All right, let's take the air out of this cap. Let me show you how we do that. We just hold it upside down, plug it in. Wait until this collapses. Once that collapses, there we go. Now we got all the air out of it. Now we can spray upside down if we need to. All right, so Darius is getting this all washed with some isopropyl alcohol and a couple clean microfiber towels. He sanded this with 600. Got in all the nooks and crannies with a 600 grit foam pad. This is not a raw bumper. This has been pre-primed, but it's important to sand it really well. We are going to put some adhesion promoter over this before we spray our sealer. Okay, this is the adhesion promoter I use. It's also a flex agent. Any adhesion promoter is also a flex agent. So I just put a little bit in this Porpoise minigun, and we'll spray a coat of that on it before we start sealing. Nice little minigun. I keep a hard cup on here just so I can pop in, you know, whenever I need a little bit of paint. Perfect for flex additive like this. Dry this up a little bit. There we go. It's got a pretty good wide fan pattern on it, actually. Pretty amazing, this gun. I don't think I really mentioned it too often, but this is a good little minigun. If you paint like motorcycles or motorcycle parts or small parts, this is great. Nice little gun. I'll leave a link in the description if you're looking for something like this.
Now we're going to apply the sealer. Sealer is just basically a cushion for your base. So it's very important to seal plastic parts because they're flexible, because they get a lot of stone chips and they get hit with a lot of debris, and it really is going to protect your bumper and your paint from chipping. You spray sealer just like base coat. You want to overlap your passes about 80%. You want to have a consistent speed, a consistent distance, and as far as the gun setup, it's set up just like base coat as well. Around 20 psi on your air pressure, depending on the gun you're using, and then you want about 2.5 to 3 turns out on the fluid volume. So we close it all the way, open it up 2.5 to 3 turns out. Now all these gun settings are just guidelines. Don't be afraid to adjust them if you're not getting the finish that you're looking for. We want a smooth finish in our sealer, because if we get texture in our sealer, we're going to get it in our base coat and also our clear coat. Now remember, if you're doing this at home, it's not always necessary to use sealer, and in most cases I would suggest not to use sealer as long as you have uniform primer and it's sanded properly to accept that base coat. The reason for that is you're going to get a lot more trash if you're using sealer.
All right, color time. We're going to put one coat on, and then we'll look it over, make sure we don't have any imperfections that we need to sand out. So we'll let it flash off, sand out any imperfections, then we'll put the rest of the paint on.
Okay, so we let the first coat flash off for about 10 to 15 minutes. This is actually the second coat of base that we put on. Now, in between the first coat and the second coat, we denibbed the dirt, and I'll show you how we did that in a minute. I got my timeline a little messed up here. One little tip I wanted to give you about this particular color, this is very transparent. We had to put 3 or 4 coats on this bumper to get proper coverage. And it's very important to check all your edges to make sure you're getting proper coverage. And use a light, because in a garage, that might be the only way you can see if you've got proper coverage.
We got our 600 grit sandpaper on this little foam pad. We're gonna look this bumper over for any trash. I'm kind of feeling it over because honestly, it's easier for me than seeing them. So basically we're cleaning up trash from the sealer, because the sealer is really what collects trash. But it's just easier to see after you paint it, and it's easier to sand. Sealer doesn't like to sand, but see that little speck right there? You get a good shot of that there. That's sealer. Sometimes I'll just scuff over the whole thing. Little spot right there. All right, this looks pretty good. Let's tack rag it off. Let's put our second coat on. All right, we'll let that flash off. Looks a little light here, doesn't it? A little blotchy right there. Yeah, I think so too. This color's a little, yeah, under here I need to get. The Sagola Hex maiden voyage 1.2 tip. I got the fluid wide open, the fans wide open, air pressure set at, let's see, 20 psi. Seems like a lot of air pressure, but we're gonna keep it at 20.
I was impressed right off the bat with this gun. It's just very easy to use. I set it up totally wide open with the fluid and the fan, and then I just sprayed like I normally do, and it did not slow it down at all. Even though it was a 1.2 tip and you're putting out less material, did not slow it down. It really atomized beautifully though. I really enjoy using the 1.2 tips. I think they work very well for like a home setup or a garage setup, because the clear I use is a speed clear. It's kind of like a speed clear. It dries very quickly. So the clear coat doesn't flow out like typical clear does. It kind of starts to set up really quickly, and that can lead to a little bit more orange peel. So being that it's a 1.2 tip and atomizing the clear coat up much better, it lays it down flatter. It really lends itself well to these speed clear coats. This is what it looks like after the first coat of clear. Nice smooth finish. Might be a couple little dry areas. There's obviously some dust in this that we're going to need to denib out and cut and buff. but it laid down a beautiful looking finish. So we waited about 15 minutes to apply our second coat of clear. The reason we wait 10 to 15 minutes is to let that clear coat gas off and all those chemicals evaporate out of that clear coat. We don't want to trap those in for our second coat of clear. So you let it flash off for about 10 to 15 minutes and then you apply your second coat. That's going to give you the best finish possible.
Here, last time. There we go. Take a look at this. I gotta say, I'm a fan. I really like the 1.2 tips, guys. I'm really liking those. Now there's some dust in this, but if you look in the light, that finish is perfect. It's perfect. Let's see if you can see. It's hard to see without the light. Up here you can see the best. There's some dust we're gonna have to nib out, but 1.2 tip, atomized, fantastic. I gotta say I'm impressed with the atomization. Especially with the clear I use. It's not the best flowing clear, you know, so it hardens up quickly. Usually have a little bit more texture than other clear coats. But with this gun, it kind of offsets that, you know. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed checking out the new Sagola Hex gun. Of course, we went through a couple different guns. We got that Porpoise mini gun that we used for the adhesion promoter, and then we used the R500 for the sealer and the R500 for the base coat. So a wide variety of guns in this video. Obviously, the Sagola, top of the line gun, top of the line price. So it's not really a DIY friendly gun. If you're a DIYer, you're probably not going to pick this gun up unless you want a top of the line gun. You know what I mean? It's, you know, some people do, that's fine. But not necessarily a budget friendly gun, but man, it performs fantastic. We're going to keep pumping out videos. I hope you appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. I do have detailed digital guides at garagenoisegear.com. Step-by-step instructions on how to use body filler, how to spray clear coat, base coat, blends, metalwork, everything you need to know. Check them out. If you want to see reviews on other guns, check out this playlist right now. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Garage Noise.